Pros, save more on what you need to get the job done right. Right now at Lowe's. Get 15% off select custom entry and interior doors. Plus, save $80 on the DeWalt 20-volt Max 2-tool combo kit. Now just $169. And at the Lowe's Pro Desk, bring us your materials list and get a quote in minutes. Handwritten, a photo, or even a sticky note is all you need. Keep your jobs moving faster and on budget at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Shout out to Astropro for sponsoring this episode and providing us with free samples. Speaking of free samples, I am honestly so grateful because, as you know, this is allergy season in Texas. I think Texas is one of the worst places to live if you have allergies. I have this tree in my backyard. It is the cottonwood tree. I'm highly allergic to cottonwood, not only myself, but also Travis is, and I believe our children are. And Astropro has come in handy. It's a nasal spray, and it has made such a difference in my seasonal allergies. I feel like I can breathe, and it really helped relieve my symptoms quickly. Astropro is the first of its kind nasal allergy spray. It is the fastest 24-hour over-the-counter allergy spray. It starts working within 30 minutes, while other allergy sprays take an hour. And if you've had allergies, you know that every minute counts. Astropro delivers full prescription strength indoor and outdoor allergy relief from nasal congestion, runny and itchy nose, and sneezing. Get fast-acting nasal allergy symptom relief with Astropro. Go to astroproallergy.com for a discount so you can Astropro and go today. ASTEPRO allergy.com. Astropro and go. Use as directed for relief of nasal congestion, runny nose, sneezing, and itchy nose due to allergies.
Hey, Brandy and Stephanie fans, the weekly Dose of BS is going on tour, and you don't want to miss it. Coming to Austin, Houston, and Chicago, it's a night full of BS and a lot of fun. Tickets from just $50, VIP meet and greets available as well. You can check out the ladies in Austin on January 22nd, Houston January 23rd, and Chicago February 6th. It's the weekly Dose of BS tour. Tickets available now at weeklydoseofbs.com.
Hey guys, it's Stephanie Holman.
Hey guys, it's Deandra Simmons.
And this is your weekly dose of DS.
DS, I love it. We have a special guest.
We have a guest. We are. You know what? We know we are so funny. We're speaking it into the universe. We have Deandra Simmons. We are so excited. I will say, I was coming home from taking my children to school, and I'm like, Deandra is notoriously like 5 hours late for everything. So I felt like it would be midnight, and we'd finally get this.
But she is here.
She's here. She was only 15 minutes late. Because whenever we film, I do love Deandra, but we would always be like, especially on trips, because she would have no help with her hair. We would always.
Well, now that's no longer a problem because it's all gone.
See, now she's cut it and she is doing the Lord's work because it took her 5 hours to do her hair. I'm like, what in the world is wrong with you? But we would always be like waiting, like we're supposed to get mic'd at a certain time. An hour later, they were like, okay, we can't wait for Deandra any longer. Then we would go ahead and get mic'd. Of course, she was still fixing her hair, and then we would go down.
To make my grand entrance.
Yes.
Come on.
She's definitely makes it worth the wait. She is hysterical. Fashionably late. Fashionably late.
Goodness. So Brandy is not here today. Deandra was so kind as to step in for her, but we will have Brandy next week.
Last week, Trey and I did a podcast. We cut a lot of it out because we actually talked about Brandy, everything going on with her, and then I did that on Watch What Happens Live, and I just felt like that was me saying how I felt about everything. And I think the next time it's discussed, I think Brandy needs to be the one to talk about it, not me, because it's her life. It's her thing to talk about. And so I'm leaving that for her. She'll be with us next week, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed, because we were able to talk about how Brandy has went to a therapeutic healing center. It's a 10-day retreat, and it is for her to get centered, to kind of heal, to work with some therapists. And you know what I will say is whenever it went out there, and I love you guys, but some people are so mean-spirited, and people were saying, oh, she's at a spa, or oh, she's, or just really nasty, negative things. And that surprised me. I don't feel like I've seen that probably the entire time we've done the show. I don't think I've seen like so much anger and hate, and just like, it's been a lot. So I would like for Brandy to speak for herself. I don't want to speak for her. So she'll be back next week.
Yeah. Well, it was very easy for people to attach that to this one situation, but that's not the case. And I think that's what almost made it more hurtful. What people were saying was they were trying to attach it to one situation when that's not necessarily always the case. But
I commend Brandy for going and getting help.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of people that we work with that need to be going into the same situation, but they don't. So at least she took ownership
Deandra
of
Simmons
it.
is here. Yes.
At least she took ownership of it and went and did something about it.
Yes.
And she was hands-on and she was proactive, because that shows a real willingness to want to improve yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, I give it up to Brandy because she did that. So everybody that's judging, which I've had enough of that, just like you
Yes.
have recently,
Yeah,
that's
it's been
judging
insane.
and throwing stones. And I mean, if you live in a glass house, you shouldn't throw stones, but everyone that's doing that and piling up the crap on top of the already crap that we're dealing with,
Yes.
just step back a minute and think about, hey, this woman's really trying to make the best of her life and make some changes and kind of get in a good place mentally, physically. And look, after the season, we all need a break. It is hard. I mean, I wish I could take a vacation.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
It was the hard. It was no. I mean, Deandra, it was the hardest, darkest season. I felt like we were on a different franchise almost. Like it went from I felt like a lighthearted. Even our fights in the past seasons were kind of dumb and funny, and this season it was so dark. And
Well, you kind of had a dumb fight, so
yeah. Well, I had dumb
Did I
fights.
say that?
Yeah, well, I did. But I feel like the stuff that the audience.
Yeah, Deandra's never had a great season.
yeah, I've always had a dark bitch.
Yeah, okay, Deandra has. I have not. I have fought about my
You
child's
can fight about surface friends.
costumes. Thank you, Lord. Jesus is alive. But it has been, I feel like, a very dark. Like, I can't even get on Twitter right now because it's so
I know.
dark.
Trust me.
And there have been attacks placed on us that I know people aren't aware of, on all of us as a whole. And it's just, it's so much deeper and darker than people even realize and recognize. And
It takes a toll on you. I mean, it has. I finally picked myself up off the ground because I was in I started going into a bad depression because of it. And we talked about that on the phone.
Yes.
And I thought, I am not going to let this affect my life. I have too many positive things happening and too many things I have to do. And these people in the big picture don't matter because I know who I am. I know what I'm doing with my life. And I have been 100% authentic with my truth this whole year. And whether you like it or not, this is who I am. As you know, I'm
absolutely.
straight shooter. I don't mince words.
Yes.
For better or worse.
Yes.
So I'm just going to go with my life and let those people wallow in their misery and their problems, because that's something I don't need to, pile on top of it's not about me. It's about them.
Exactly.
And I've learned that.
Exactly.
So.
No, I agree. Well, it took me a while to learn that because I was like 3 weeks where Travis and I's marriage therapy was literally about social media and the show. And then
and you're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. And I was like, wait. When it is affecting my marriage, my family, when I cannot be a present mother
or sleep,
and wife or sleep or... Like, I can't work out because my heart is racing so much because of all the negativity that is spewed out there. There's an issue, and the issue is not me. I just feel like people, if you're listening, and I feel like our listeners are amazing people, but if you had our life for like a week, you would be like, holy God, it is really, really, really hard. This year has been really, really hard. And the negativity, you can take it for a few days, but when it's 8 weeks long and you're getting attacked to the point where you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't take another second of this, and everything in your life starts looking dark and negative, then I think it's an issue. So I personally had to take a step back, not really off of Instagram, but Twitter especially. Twitter was just like,
Twitter gets
oh
very toxic.
My gosh, it's like sad how toxic it can get.
Deandra, you've done TV for many years, which I think a lot of people don't know about all your TV history. How is this experience different from what you've done in the past?
Oh yeah, can I just say something while you said that? There was this article that came out about someone on our cast that was on reality shows before and did all this TV before. I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah, you're like, wait, I did, yes.
This is not my first rodeo, people. But I thought that was funny. But doing, the first reality show I was on was in 2005. So basically, that was called Sheer Dallas.
Okay.
So it was about my wedding at the time, my first husband. Oh. And my mother was the same kind of overbearing character. We had this big fight over whether I was going to wear a veil or not, and people were just on the edge of their seats, seeing who would win. Of course, she won. She won everything. So that was the first time, and we didn't have. I don't think I even had Twitter until I started this franchise. Yeah. So there may have been Twitter, but I wasn't on it. We were just doing some Facebook. And the only thing I remember from that show is there were people on like Reddit and these different places that were kind of, really judging and trashing and things like that. But it wasn't, you would have to go find it.
Yeah, it wasn't like you would seek you.
No, they didn't. It wasn't a constant thing. It wasn't like I would open my Facebook and it was just, oh, we don't like you, and all that kind of stuff. So this is a much different situation. I think though, and I saw this before in 2005, that people say, well, you put yourself in this situation, so then we have the right to judge you and talk about you in a negative way. And yes, I do say that they come into our lives and they can say whatever they want.
Yes.
However, it's something we choose to do for various reasons, but whether it be therapeutic, business, platform, whatever it is. At the same time, respect that it's a hard job and we are doing the best we can to show you the inner workings of our life and our families, and be respectful and realize that it's not just, we're not out there just trying to be famous. I had things to do with my life, and that's why I chose this journey and this path. I'm sure you did too. And you have a lot of people to help. And you've done a lot of good, Stephanie.
Thank you.
So they need to look at kind of the big picture, not just one little aspect of it.
Yeah, but it's really funny. I guess I've just never been a person on social media that would go and seek somebody out to say, you're a horrible person, I hate you, I would never do like at so-and-so and then just like slaughter them. And then that's just not who I am. So I just feel like it's very interesting that there are people out there who that is, I guess, what they do. It's beyond insane.
And back to your question, as an actress, you don't get that kind of stuff. No. So when I was on stage, nobody's going to come attacking me after I did, a stint in Guys and Dolls. So what are they going to attack me about? Oh yeah, so your performance sucked. Okay, fine, whatever, move on. But this is a much different situation because it's not scripted, or it's not a theater. It's not, I did a lot of little independent films and things like that. So nobody really cares about that, but they care because they feel like they really are in your life and they really know you and they're more invested.
Well, I know, so Instagram launched in 2011.
Yes.
And Twitter was, I think, right before that. And Bethany Frankel, whenever she left New York recently, said that the show was way more fun when there wasn't social media.
I could totally see that. I always feel like if you even me taking like a 4-day break off Twitter, I feel like I got myself back, and I felt like I was losing myself. I was like entering into this darkness that I did not want to surround my life. So I can only imagine like not having that, and not having that darkness, and it would be nice. I think it would make it a very different show. I think it would just make it more positive to where you're putting your life out there, and also you're a little bit more unfiltered because you don't have people criticizing you and making you feel like you should change and be a different person. And
have you heard like the other cast? Some of the other cast, they'll film, they'll have real dramatic stuff, and then they'll go out and hang out and have drinks all night. I'm like, wait, we don't do that. Why don't we do that?
I would love to do that.
I would love to do that too.
Yeah, I would love to be like the New York Housewives, because I feel like they do. Like I would love to have a show like that where you can say how you feel, you can have a fight, and then you know what? You say it, you get it out, and then you're friends again. I feel like they do it right. Like they know that it's their job, but also they know that people are entitled to an opinion, and they get over it. And I think a lot of times on our show, people can't let go of the fact that you have an opinion about them, but they're on a show where they know that people have to have an opinion about them. Yeah. Like we can't be in a scene and not talk about the other cast members.
Deandra, does your mom get on Twitter?
Oh my gosh, my mother lives for social media.
Really?
You gotta realize she'll be 79 in February. Her birthday's February 22nd. And so she's retired now. She's fully retired. I mean, I wish she'd come and get that crap out of that office. I can tell you, like, I have like 1980s, 1989 office furniture in her office, and it's horrible. Jeremy took all those awful Thomas Kincaid prints and put them on the floor.
Oh
I'm like, please take this away.
Oh my gosh, Thomas Kincaid was like the artist back in the day. I remember.
I know.
He did, like,
I will tell you, if my mother ever passes away, I will get no money from anything she has because she has like this horrible Thomas Kincaid art and all that stuff. Nobody wants that.
That is hysterical.
I can probably not even sell it on eBay for $5.
That is,
Oh my goodness.
that's not true. Trey's gonna buy all of it from you. Do you know who Thomas Kincaid is?
No.
Like, he does like a lot of
The
like
artist of
like,
light.
the lighthouse. I remember. What else did he do? I
He
just
does like
remember,
everything has like the light shining through the windows, but
Yes.
it looks like very pastoral, very like Hansel and Gretel kind of
Yes,
stuff.
yes,
I don't know
yes.
about that.
So I dated this guy that I was engaged to for a hot second.
And he liked Thomas Kincaid.
And his mom, and so I know Thomas Kincaid because his mom and dad had Thomas Kincaid all over their house.
Well,
all
I
over
think
their
somebody,
house.
I think it was on, Real Housewives of Dallas Facebook page. They did something about, they like totally roasted my mother about her house.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
I'm like, I told you had bad art.
Oh, Mama D. Okay, my favorite thing about Mama D, and Bravo Boy makes fun of her on it. I saw on his story and I was like crying laughing. He had this woman like typing and he was like, Mama D taking a picture of a picture.
I know.
On
Oh
her
my gosh.
Instagram, she takes a picture of like her computer screen of it. So she'll be like, my
Yes.
beautiful daughter Deandra. And it's a picture of Deandra, but she took it with her phone of her computer screen of a picture of Deandra.
Yes.
It's
Do you know how many
hysterical.
times we have had the tutorials on how to do this right? And she's like, I don't understand. I don't understand. She does not have the patience.
Oh
and
my
I
God.
said, please do not. And then she'll do it like accidentally post it 2 and 3 times.
No,
Yes.
I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
you cannot change her. That
know.
is
If you
amazing.
don't
Not
follow
changing.
Mama D on Instagram, it's at
You
Mama
are
D Simmons.
And then she gets
Missing
really
out.
mad. She's like, I'm doing the best I can, Deandra. You try being 79 years old. I was
I
like, okay, I'll
mean-
leave it alone. I just started a computer at 69.
You let her take a picture of a picture. It's hysterical.
But
She's
she
so
lives
funny.
for it, and she has a ton of people that she interacts with. So she'll answer all of her direct messages. She does not have people doing her social media. In
amazing.
fact, I suggested that somebody help a little bit because she's getting overloaded a little
Yeah.
bit. And she goes, I just want you to know I do not write ha ha on things. That is not what I would write. So you tell your friend that he does not write ha ha, and I will take over from now on.
I will take over from now on. Oh my gosh! So I love whenever she writes on my pictures on especially Instagram because she's always like, "Mama D loves you." That's like what she writes.
This is if you don't follow her at Mama D Simmons, it's basically a Deandra shrine.
Yeah,
which
it
is
really
great.
is. Like, Deandra, you should feel so special. If you ever feel bad about yourself, you just go on your mama's Instagram page and look at all the pictures of a picture she took of you. And
My
post it.
favorite picture. I remember this picture.
Pictures of a picture.
Yeah. This picture went viral whenever she posted it. It was, I don't know where she was or where she found this, but it's Mama D found a fun car today.
Oh my
her
gosh.
with this car
It is her with
with
this
these giant rims out in the hood.
Oh my God. I think that's when she was
She's so
antique
ridiculous.
shopping for me. We should start a new app called Picture of a Picture.
Oh my gosh.
We really
yes.
should.
Teach everybody how to take a picture of a picture and change their Instagram forever.
We really should. It is hysterical. Oh my gosh, I remember that Mama D.
People are like,
car
Mama
pic.
D, are you lost? That was
She's
the
hysterical.
best.
That I remember that. She's so funny.
She know what she
man.
does though. So when people are mean to her, because I try to hold back. Sometimes I can. Sometimes I
Oh,
can't.
I would be like,
She's got a little more temperance at her age, but she's like, they'll say like, "You're a horrible mother, and you suck, and you should do this and that." She's,
Oh, that's so sad.
No, honey, you're probably right. I should probably be nicer to my daughter. But then she kind of screws herself. She's, but she lives in a $4 million house. I'm like, Mother, that is not helping the situation. And it's all paid for. And all her bills are paid. No. I'm like, Mother, that is not helping at all. And by the way,
she's like, you're right. I should be nicer, but that bitch should be more grateful.
exactly. Like, what is wrong with you, lady? I'm like, this is not. I go, you're not helping my case by saying all that stuff because people then don't feel sorry for me anymore because I'm trying to
Right?
struggle.
You're like, listen,
and I
Mom.
can't move out of the house even if I wanted to. So make sure you tell them that too.
Yes, right? You're like, listen, you and your mom are going to get in a fight. Like, you're like, Mom, shut up. Just.
Oh man.
Well, she wants to write. Okay, so she's wanted forever to write a book about dating. And
Ooh.
our views about dating vary a little bit, let's say widely.
What? Okay, so
I
tell me
would
her
buy
views
this
on
book.
dating because I want to know.
She thinks she's the relationship expert. Jeremy's like, yeah, that's what she thinks. You know, he's like, he said, she doesn't know shit.
Okay, so tell us like Mama D's craziest views on dating where you're like, okay, that is not normal.
Okay, so she wants to do, I don't know, you guys are probably way too young because I'm a little older than you, but there was this book when I was single, like I think it was in my 20s, and it was called The Rules. And it was these two ladies out of New York, and they wrote the dating rules. It was just basically about being hard to get. There was the rules 1 and 2 and the rules for being married.
Oh, I think I had that book.
So she wants to write the new rules, like the new rules in the digital age. Okay, so we're starting this project, and I'm sure we're going to argue back and forth because she thinks, you shouldn't accept dates for texts, which I agree with on that.
Yeah, I like that.
People should call you. I agree with on that, especially if you're going on a first date or something like that.
Yes.
And then timing wise about dates. But then she's also, she's really tough. She's non-communicative until the guy kind of basically bows at her will with her feet at her throne, and then she's like, all of a sudden she kind of gives it up a little bit.
I would love to see Mama D on a date.
That's what I want to see next season.
That's what I want to do this season too.
Yes.
But he cannot be 35. I cannot go through that. No, we're not doing that.
No.
She likes to date people my age.
Oh, girl.
What?
Yes, she wants to date people that are my age, 49, 50, 55. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
You need to put something out there.
I told her 65 and above.
Yes.
She's 79.
That's good. I think 65. I do think that she needs somebody who has a lot of spunk, because she's like, she is like, like really spunky and outgoing.
I don't want her age to keep up with her though.
I don't know if actually maybe because Ron is 91 and he's the spunkiest thing I've ever met.
No, that's true.
So you just need somebody who has, like a zest for life, who has a lot of energy, who can really keep up with her. But I think 65, I would like to see Mama D be a cougar. Maybe not like, where Deandra could also date the person. But
yeah, I mean, if they're in an age bracket that I could date, she's not dating them.
No, I agree.
Not that if anything happened to Jeremy Locke, I'm just saying.
Yes. You could do like a whole thing where you put
dating.
something out, like a speed dating, but maybe where you...
Ooh, we should do speed... Stephanie, we should do an episode of speed dating with Mama D. And get all the candidates together from the two podcasts, put them together, and then we can. That would be so great.
I would love that. Watch all these 35-year-olds come and be like, "You guys there's something wrong with you. You have mama issues. There's something going on.
Don't get your hopes up. There is nobody in the trust for you.
Oh my gosh, yes,
So,
you are not
locked up.
You're not getting anything.
What are Mama D's thoughts on sleeping with someone on the first date?
Ooh.
Oh, absolutely not. She wouldn't sleep with somebody until she had a ring on her finger, probably.
Ooh, she is real hard to get.
What was dating advice that she gave you when you were a teenager?
Well, if a guy, so boys would call the house, and then my dad would be really funny. He thought he was cute. He'd be like, "Which one is this?" And then they get all upset. She thought, "Well, no, that's good because you're going to be hard to get because these guys would be like, what do you mean? Which one is this?" You're like, "Mother, don't do that." She goes, "You always have to be just like the other girl said. You have to be kind of mysterious, not available, just." Don't look too eager. I mean, the girls, remember when he would call boys and all that kind of stuff? No calling boys. I was not allowed to call boys. Of course, that doesn't mean I didn't call boys, but I was not allowed to call boys. We didn't have any texting or anything like that. We didn't have. My dad was one of the only people in the world with a cell phone, or a phone in his car, and then a cell phone. It was crazy.
Ooh,
and it weighed like 25 pounds,
and the battery lasted like for 15 minutes. He's like, I don't have much time.
There you go.
Exactly.
But yeah, there was no sleeping or sexing or anything like that. Sexting, sex notes, none of that stuff.
Did you ever sneak out of the house?
Okay, yeah, well, I was a little bit bad. So I was a bad girl. I mean, as far as I was wild, and she will tell you that too.
Okay, so at what age did you start becoming wild, Deandra?
14, 15. Yeah. So I started sneaking out, and I broke we had like the security latches on the windows for the alarm, and I just cut them so I could get in and out. So there would be no motion or anything. So yeah, I would sneak out. And then at my dad's house, I broke the screens there too.
Oh my
I was horrible, but I made such good grades that it was kind of hard to punish me because I was making A's, and then I was sneaking out and hanging out all weekend. So there had like that difficulty.
Was there ever a situation where Mama D caught you?
Oh.
No, but there was a situation. I mean, there may have been. I don't remember. There was a situation though when I came home after curfew, which is at 12, which I never came home on time. Of course, because I'm still not on time. Why would I be on time?
I cannot imagine you ever not being home.
So my girlfriend Melissa, she was staying over that night, and I had this boyfriend named Jim all through high school. My parents could not stand Jim. They just didn't like Jim at all. And Jim was like cool, and he looked like Sean Penn. Exactly. I mean, if you saw him today, you'd be like, oh my God, that's Sean Penn. He looked exactly like Sean Penn. So Melissa and I were out, you know, as my dad called it, catting around. That's what he said. At the clubs with our fake IDs. So we came in at like 2, and I had twin beds in my room. So my dad comes down the hall. I'm like, oh, Melissa, get under the covers. So he comes in, and he always had a flashlight. So he puts a flashlight right in our face. He's like, is that you, Melissa, or is that Jim? Like, why is Jim going to be in my twin bed? I'm not stupid. And then he'd be like, let me smell your breath. Because that way he would know if we were drinking or not.
Yes.
Luckily, he couldn't smell ecstasy. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. And so we would try to drink vodka because we thought that wouldn't smell. That was what they told us. But
did he catch you? Like, was he like you?
I was in trouble quite a bit.
Oh my. I'm going to do that to my children. I'll be like, let me smell your breath.
What was Mama D's harshest punishment?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. What was the harshest punishment? Oh, there were so many. I mean, I was grounded, like I said, but we didn't have the cell phone. We just had the phone taken away from us, the phone by my bed. And then, you know, I don't know, Trey, I was always in trouble. So I mean, it was a lot.
Was she ever like super creative with something that she took away or made you do?
Well, the one thing she used to do, which is why I'm a hoarder, which pisses me off so bad, is because when I would go to school, she is a person, she's a perfectionist. I think I said this on Read, you could eat off her floor. So there's nothing there that doesn't need to be there. So she would go through my room and just clean out everything in my room and then put it in a trash bag. And if I didn't ask for it within a certain amount of days, it would go in the real trash. So there'd be like notes from boys. There would be little mementos, things that I wanted to keep. They were all gone, including clothes that she decided I didn't need anymore. So that really pissed me off. So now I have so much crap in my life that I am a legit hoarder. And I have 3 people organizing, and I have the hardest time.
You can't let anything go. You're like, I'm gonna.
Well, I have a lady at my office this week. So she went in, and I thought we were going to do this together. She cleaned out like 3 or 4 bins and 5 shelves, and they were all empty. And I came in, I'm like, oh, what happened? And then so I went through a couple things. The rest of it she put in a shredder. So now it's just gone. So I have a lot of anxiety, but I'm dealing with it. Do I really need this stuff? Probably not. So I will learn how to cope.
Oh, you know what? You could even have her, like, people go through and like scan everything and then just have a whole folder of like all the papers that you may want to look at one day. Like a hoarder folder.
Yeah. Is Jeremy a hoarder, or does he kind of get rid of stuff?
He's not a hoarder, but he's messy like me. There's 2 messy people. We're not dirty. We're just messy. We have too much papers and stuff. And, you know, that's just, and he being a creative person, you should go to his office at his studio. It's, pretty bad. But my mother.
I feel like creatives are like that though. Like they have everything.
My mother I was grounded a lot, but it didn't matter because then I just sneak out.
Yeah.
So cared. It's like I was grounded, like, oh.
What's the most embarrassing thing she ever did?
Well, you know,
reality
when you're
TV.
in 7th grade or
Reality
6th
TV,
grade, reality TV, 7th or 6th grade, and you're that adolescent thing. This is so stupid. We used to have a home in Palm Springs, and it would always take my best friend because I was an only child. So we would just do pranks and stupid stuff, kind of like you and Brady do.
Yes.
So we decided to get into the grocery cart together in the grocery store and just be funny when my mother was shopping. Well, we got stuck because of course my big booty. So my mother decides to push it out like right in front of the check and just walk away and leave it. And we were stuck in the grocery. And when you're 12 or 11, that's humiliating. You're dying, mortified. You know. And I'll never forget that ever because our faces were just all the color were drained, and we were like red and blue, and we couldn't get out of the damn grocery cart. And we were in trouble, and somebody would have to get us out. And I was so mad at my mother. I was so mad.
Oh my gosh, I remember, I think I was like probably 12, 13. I think that's when you're the most embarrassed by your parents. My mom had bladder surgery. She would like always talk about herself. Like she would like, I got it from my mama. But I remember like we would be, and I lived in a small town. We'd be in Walmart. She would lean over to pick something up, and then she would sneeze and just pee everywhere, right? And
wait, how much?
like, like Peter pants, like full on Peter pants, right? And there'd be a puddle. And then Tiffany and I would walk behind her and I'm like, no. So finally she got surgery. We were at Walmart, and when she had surgery, she had like a catheter. So like a little, I called it a pee bag. I know that's not what it's called, but whatever, the catheter pouch where your pee goes. And she had to write a check at Walmart, but she had this catheter. So she put her catheter up where she writes a check. And God. Yes. And I was like, 12, 13, and it's a small town. I'm like, oh my God, my mom just put her pee bag up there to write a check. But like, it's like the little things like that. Like now it wouldn't bother me. I'd be like, whatever. But back in the day, whenever you're young, you're like, oh my God, my mom pees her pants every time we go out. It's kind of embarrassing.
Oh, that is embarrassing. I think my mom got back at me, subtly like perming my hair with that big, have you seen that picture of me that somebody posted? My hair it's just like, it's growing and growing and growing. It looks like a huge afro, it's awful.
That was her revenge.
It was, the top was like, it looked like you'd put your head in one of those, in the beauty shop, in one of those like curling, what are those things called when you dry it? The dryer.
Yes.
And it just stayed, and it kept getting bigger, like it was like a chia pet.
Oh,
and that was the worst hairdo ever. And I think that was, maybe she was retaliating,
like getting back at you. I feel like everybody did a perm back in the day. I had naturally curly hair and I permed it.
I would never. I don't know why I did that. It was horrible. It was the worst look, and she permed my head all the time. I think I lost a bunch of brain cells from that solution.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I want to talk about something that you mentioned on the reunion that I really haven't got to talk to you a lot about. You're on HSN now.
Oh yeah.
That is so exciting.
So can I tell you like a funny little snarky story? Yeah. So somebody, people like we're talking about just want to get a dig in or just be mean. So they were like, when are we going to see Deandra on HSN on the channel? And they're like, well, and the person in my office said, well, she's online now, and then if you buy the products a lot, then she will go on air.
On TV. Yes.
And it was just like the person was being snarky. It was funny, but but we're doing really well on HSN. I'm excited, and I was on HSN before with my mother, so this is a way to kind of open the door, and then our sales are improving, and then as they improve, then we can open that door again.
Yes,
but it's better for me because when you go on HSN, you have to do really well out of the gate.
Yes.
So I'd rather build my following and build my customer base there, and then go on when I know it's solid.
Yes.
It's a much safer way. And I'm doing the same thing with the Dillards. So I'm going to do master classes, and they'll do purchase orders for each store. But if you went into a store, then you have to pay $3,000 to $15,000 for the shelf space, and then somebody
per store.
Somebody has to run it. So for me, this is a better thing. I can figure out which stores are good for me, where I should have my product line. So that's a really good way to handle it.
You have to pay to be in Dillard's.
You have to pay for the end caps. Pay for the end caps. Or so if you're a big brand, say you're like a Lancome or something like that, or then you have to buy that whole round area, which is around $15,000 per store. Wow. And each store you're in, so it's a Nordstrom or a Dillard's or a Neiman's or whatever. And a small brand just can't afford to do that. I mean, you have to sell, especially at my price point, I have to sell so much volume to make up for that. So this is a blessing that I can do the master classes, and then we can just choose stores that we're going to go into. And in the meantime, the online sales, which is really good because you don't have to share a profit.
Yes. Right.
My online sales are doing extremely well, and a lot of and I have to say thank you so much, because to the people that listen to the podcast and that watch the show, a lot of my direct messages are specifically product related, and I'll go online and I'll see that they just purchased right after we've had a conversation. So that makes me feel really good. That's awesome. So I try to stay on top of that as much as I can.
Yeah.
What do you feel like was the big kind of aha moment for you with Hard Night, Good Morning? Because we did kind of see you go full circle this season from being worried about having to close your doors in a few months to now you're with HSN. So what was that like? I
think once my mother decided to let it go, and I just went in and buckled down and focused, and Travis and I talked about this, and failure is not an option. And it meant cutting things out of my life, cutting my salary, cutting employees that were dragging me down, and really making some serious changes. And I had to go through some different branding firms and things like that. But I'm to the point where I'm on the other side, and it just takes that real serious commitment for 6 months to a year, a few years, if you're an entrepreneur, just to know that it's going to be famine and then it's going to be feast. I mean, it's not going to originally, you're not going to start out and just be flush with cash, because you have to have money for inventory. You have to have these different processes and systems. You have to have employees. You have to pay people. You have to have fulfillment. There's so many different things. Marketing is a huge expense, which my mother never paid for.
Yes.
So we were on Christian TV for all those years, and we didn't need a marketing program. But now it's a different story. So when I made those changes and cleaned house, brought the right people in, I had a firm that sought me out that wanted to make me like an incubator company. And so they have some really huge brands. So they've been very helpful. So the right social media people that know what they're doing, and people that want to be on board because they want to see your brand grow into a really big brand, and they see themselves there as a part of that. Right. They're invested and committed. So that's what I have now.
Let me tell you, there's no one that uses their 24 hours better than Deandra Simmons. Because she will go from the office to a meeting to filming some stupid party.
It's insane.
Going back to work, Well,
also, I want to give you a big shout out for this as well, because I think this says a lot about you and your commitment to, making your business successful and getting the product out there. Is I have noticed, especially recently, that you spend a lot of time on the road, going to different places, different locations, really.
That's how I build it, Stephanie. I will tell you, because you guys do your podcast tour. That's how I build it, because when I go on the road, and Jeremy had never seen me before. He was just in shock. He started crying. He's going to get mad I say this, but he said, I didn't know you worked that hard, because he had never been with me. So I'll go in and we'll say, okay, we're coming to this store. And literally, and now Carrie's going with me too. She's selling her jewelry. We'll sell out, and then I have to leave. Insane. So, but the good thing is I talk to people. They understand that I know my line backwards and forwards. I know everything about my line. There's almost nothing you could ask me that I can't answer about the line. And I think that's really important for a business owner.
Absolutely.
I'm sure if you asked Travis Holman about, a locker, he would know every single thing, every kind of material, everything that you could, every option you could have, and how you install it, all that stuff. You have to know everything about your business. But then I try to remember people's names, and they'll buy, and I'll say, oh, thank you, Geneva. For instance, I got this woman named Geneva. I met at Horseshoe Bay, and she ordered again. And then she sent me a message, and she asked me a question. I said, yes, I saw you ordered again. I'll have a new product in 2 weeks. So keeping that relationship, especially as you're building, it's hard when you're huge, but as you're building and people then have that, they trust in you and they believe in you. But that one-on-one trunk show interaction, I think somebody made fun of me on social media about it. Oh, well, you have to go to trunk shows. Yeah, I'm going to trunk shows because I do fantastic. Yeah. If you can make, on a brand that sells between, so $26 to $90, if you can make $10,000 in 2 hours, why not?
Yeah. Right. Well, also, never be.
It's like, I know. But
don't you think those same people?
Don't
you think those same people would give you crap if you weren't hustling at all? Like, you're hustling, and I think
they're going to give me crap no matter what.
Regardless, that's what I'm saying. So I feel like
there's people that want to see you fail.
Yeah. Like I think it's actually very admirable that you are out there getting your product out, hustling. Like even the fact that you're doing Dillard's, where you're going in and doing master classes, and you're actually giving of your time. And I think that's a beautiful thing, because it's so much easier a lot of times to just pay the money and not do the work, and then just oh God, why is this not working in my favor? Why are people not buying? But you're doing the work, you're sowing the seeds for greatness in your future, and I think that's amazing.
Well, Stephanie, look at brands like Trish McEvoy, Bobbi Brown that have been absorbed, but they're still making appearances. They're still doing trunk shows. They're still going and doing these classes. Right. They're still working.
I did something
out there. That's what you do. You can't just say, "Oh, here's my brand," and drop off the face of the earth. That's just not how it works.
No, you can't. Exactly. I completely. Even Travis, whenever he sells lockers, he goes and actually sells. He will fly there. He will be. Because he's the face, he's the name. Face, he's the CEO, he's the owner. And I think it says a lot whenever you own a company and you're not too good to put yourself out there. And I don't know, I think it says a lot. And I think what you're doing says a lot to people.
That's the one comment I had that I thought was real interesting. One of the stores in Houston that I was at, they said they've had a lot of, quote unquote celebrities, whatever reality stars, celebrities, and that they all stand in the back and just stand there, and that their assistant does all the selling. And if they may take 1 or 2 photos or something, but they don't want to be bothered with it, they'll just sit there. There was a little gazebo area behind. Well, I was standing in front of my table selling the whole time. Yeah. And in fact, my friend Lori that I introduced you to, she was selling as much as I was, because I couldn't handle it so much,
Yes.
So, and they said they'd never seen that before, and they put me in the store, and they're selling the products fantastically. In fact, I will see them when, I go to Houston next time. So
I love it. I
may
love
be in
it.
Houston sometime. So that's just a really good story because they saw how invested. And I think people need to know that you care and you're invested. And maybe people didn't know that before because I wasn't allowed to be totally hands-on.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
Okay, something you two have in common is, well, first of all, with the show, y'all have to have a lot of clothes, but you both hoard shoes like no one I've ever seen. Deandra has an amazing closet.
Yes.
It's massive.
Yes.
Literally every shoe you could think of.
You really do. And
it's getting ready to get cleaned out though. So.
Do y'all wear the same size shoe?
What size shoe are you?
7.
I'm 7.5.
Well, I'm between 7 and 7.5. So
we could possibly.
I just got some new Chanel boots, 7.5.
Oh, yes, I will borrow those.
Daphne's
Thank you for
over.
offering. I will take that as your offer. So I have
only $200.
Ooh.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I have a ton of shoes. I am a shoe hoarder, and I always kind of lean towards shoes that are expensive but extremely uncomfortable. I swear to you, the more expensive the shoe, the more uncomfortable it is to wear. It's just the way it is. I feel like you're paying money to be uncomfortable, and I don't know why I do it. But I have recently discovered this new shoe company called Rothy's. I don't know if you've heard of them.
No, I haven't.
Before.
But I need to know.
They are amazing. They are the most comfortable shoes. A fantastic price point, and what I love about them is they are washable. They are actually made out of recycled plastic water bottles, and again, they are crazy comfortable and machine washable. And there's not that time where you have to like stretch your shoes out and make them comfortable. You put them on, and you can go for miles and miles and not have blisters and feel like your feet are going to fall off. What I also love about Rothy's is they come in a ton of different colors and patterns. They constantly sell out. I just got a really cute pair of like bright pink ballet flats, and I wear them all the time. And I think especially I wear a lot of like all black. And I think if you have a really poppy, like a shoe that has a pop of color, I think it really elevates your outfit and makes it more interesting. And so I am obsessed.
They look really stretchy.
Yeah, they are.
It's like I would call it like a knit, like a, I don't know. It's really like, almost like a cool like sock material on the shoe.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think the material's great, and then I love that they're recycling water bottles, and they've diverted over 35 million water bottles from landfills already just by the production of these shoes. So I love that they're also doing something amazing for the environment. Also, I have children, so as you know, Trey, because you see me all the time with them, they're constantly stepping on my shoes and getting them dirty. So the fact that I can easily wash them is such a plus for me. To check out the amazing styles available right now at Rothy's, go to rothys.com/weeklydose. Again, go to rothys.com. That's ROTHYS.com/weeklydose to get your favorite new flats. Comfort, style, and sustainability. These are the shoes you've been waiting for. Head to rothys.com/weeklydose today.
Stephanie, do you remember season 2? You came downstairs to film something. And you had to change 3 different times because whatever you were wearing, that's a Deandra wore like the week prior.
Yes, I was so annoyed.
I'm like, nope, she wore that too. Nope.
I know, we have like so much of the same clothes.
It was like towards the end of the season, and there were like just not enough clothes in the city.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so last 2 seasons, I've been poor, so I couldn't keep up with you, but I just got a big shipment in yesterday from Bergdorf Goodman.
Oh my gosh.
I got 2, my husband, of course, was there. I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, you're like, no.
So he goes, what is that? Because it was one of those boxes that stands up because they have to hang everything. It's like a travel trunk when you're on a steamer.
I love it. So you can't hide your purchases.
But then he thought they were cute. So I got 2 pairs of Roger Vivier's, a pair of Chanel boots, and then I have Fendi blazer, Carolina Herrera blazer, a Tom Ford blazer. Let's see, a Dior sweater. I thought about you on the Dior sweater too. Let's see. I have 6 different ones, but like all high designer stuff. So he's like, "Oh, how much is that?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing."
You're like nothing that $200 can't afford.
Something really cute. This really beautiful like gold lame jackets by Ricil, RICIL.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really
I don't
pretty.
know if I've seen that.
Really cool. So
You have anything?
and then another evening, YSL evening, like a evening blazer. I try to get a lot more blazers because I need more of those.
Well, especially if you're traveling and
so
doing
trying to
truck
step
shows
it up, sister.
Oh my gosh, no!
And we could use some Rothy's next year with our new outfits when we're on vacation.
Deandra and I are sharing clothes. We are, you know, I will say I don't know a lot of things, but Trey can look at something. And by the way, he's a man. He must look at women's clothes more than anyone I've ever met in my life. But he will look at something that somebody's wearing, and he will know exactly who makes it and everything. And it blows my mind.
You know what? Because I have these terrible nightmares, because this happens all the time. Where you're like, I need a gold dress Tuesday, and it's like Sunday.
Yeah.
And then you can't ship anything, and I'm like, all right, so I have to just be prepared in my head, like, no, what's gold and who has it?
Yeah.
So I just study things
That
online.
is a good assissistant right there. I'm telling you.
These are the things that keep me up at night.
You shop all over, right?
I do. I kind of look everywhere. Like I will say there's not one store that I feel like I use more than another. Like I kind of shop everywhere.
You know, there are stores that like come and go in waves. Like sometimes Intermix is really good, sometimes they're not. Right now,
and I haven't been there in a long time. I need to check
Net-a-Porter's really good.
Yeah,
sometimes they're not. Bergdorf has its moments.
Yeah, like I feel like everyone has their moments. Like
Nordstrom has some good times.
There was a 2-year period where Intermix was not my friend. I was like, wait, because there used to come times when I would go in there, or when I would go and find a ton of things, and then there was a 2-year period where they didn't have. But now I feel like they're back to having good stuff.
They don't have a store here, do they anymore?
No, I just buy.
The return policy is terrible.
Yeah, I buy online, but you have to return like within 14 days, which is hard. Like I have to try it on and then return it right away if it doesn't work. I used to have that with 4510. I love 4510. My first few seasons, I would go there and I would literally want to buy everything. I would have anxiety over what to not buy. And then now I feel like now they're back, but there was a period where you want to buy stuff. And then, I feel like when you don't want to buy something, everything looks good. And when you need something, nothing looks good.
I feel like there was a period where everything kind of looked like a trash bag. Do you remember like the last few years? And I'm a curvy person. Putting a trash bag on my body is not helping me any. I have to wear very fitted clothing because you want to emphasize the waist. Yes. You want to emphasize the good parts of your body.
I'm the same.
The trash bag look, no thank you.
I'm the same. Like I think if you have...
A shift dress is not my friend.
I think if you have boobs and a booty, you have to do that or you will look... like it just will look really weird on you. It's like not cute. I think you can wear like those loose fitted flowing dresses and tops if you don't have any boobs. If you have boobs, it just looks like a tent. And that's not a good look. So I have to do the same. It has to be fitted. Trey is so sweet. Like he'll sometimes order things, but now he knows because I'm like, no, I can't wear that. It's not fitted. And he was like, no, it's so cute. Well, yes, on the model. But whenever I put it on, now you know you have to have things that like are cinched in at the waist or it just looks like a tent.
I remember we went to Fashion Week a few years ago and everything was like orange and green, which are the two colors that Stephanie hates to wear. And we were like, oh no, we're in trouble.
What's the new color? I just saw it. What is it? Blue, right? It's a blue. Okay. Yeah. So that'll look good.
I love blue.
Yeah. I love blue too. So we're good this year.
We're good. Deandra and I are I'm just going to speak it into the universe because I know she bought a lot of awesome clothes. We're going to share clothes this next season if it happens. We've not done, like, I always say hate to talk about next season when we don't have contracts because then people are like, Deandra and Stephanie confirmed. So if there is a next season and we are on, I'm going to share clothes with Deandra.
Yep.
You will see us wearing the same clothes just in different episodes.
I'm going to step it up because I kind of lost it last season. I wasn't paying attention to my clothing because I was worried about my business. So the things I was wearing were not the greatest. And this is the worst dress season I think I've ever had, to be honest with you. I finally pulled out a good one at reunion, I thought. But
that was amazing.
Like, the collarbone situation and their clavicle situation.
So good.
But my stylist is coming next week in anticipation of that we may go forward. He's going to pull all my outfits together of what I have in my closet, sell everything that I don't need, and then I'll have them all set up for coming out for the next year, or the next season or whatever we decide to do.
I need to do that because every time I get dressed, I look at my closet is full, but then I don't really wear anything. I look like a lumberjack when I open my closet because
you always look gorgeous though, and you look good in dresses.
Thank you. I have too many rails tops, and I love a rails top.
Because you like to be comfortable.
But I like to be comfortable to the point to where I look like a lumberjack.
They make pajamas too, right?
Carrie Brittingham
gave me pajamas.
Cozy rails pajamas. But I cannot live my entire life in a flannel rails top. and athleisure wear. And as we're speaking, I have athleisure wear on. I love and it
but
has
unfortunately, that's how you live your life. So
you know what? I'm living my best cozy life. So
I love those pajamas.
Oh, they're so comfortable.
Except you will never see them on me on a cast trip because they're, like
Short.
hot pants.
Shorts.
Not happening. Sorry, you do not want to see that.
No, they're so short. They're so short. So
I would go bare-breasted before I would do that.
oh my God, I love you. Before we close this podcast, I do want to recognize that Deandra, on top of being an amazing businesswoman and having an incredible skincare line, also has a podcast with her mama and her friend Amy. So I'd like to give you a chance to talk about your podcast, say what it's called. That way our listeners can go find you and get a little daily dose of you and Mama D and your friend Amy.
Well, our podcast is called I Don't Give a Rip, based on Mama D's famous phrase, I don't give a rip. And it's on every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. It's Amy Vanderoff, Mama D, and me. And then we sometimes have different guests on, like our friend Lance comes in a lot because Amy travels. But we just have a fun time. It's just free-flowing riff like this is.
Yeah.
And we just talk about whatever floats our boat.
Yeah.
And I do listen, and I will say...
Or Mama D screenshots. No, kidding.
Oh, yeah. I will say I love the banter with you and your mom because it's so funny. And if you love Deandra and her mom on the show, you're going to love Deandra and her mom on a podcast because it's like you get to see everything that was not edited out. It's fantastic. You get to hear all of it. So I would highly recommend you guys to check out their podcast, I Don't Give a Rip. Thank you so much, Deandra, for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Means the world to me.
And
And you've been there for me in ways that I cannot imagine, that I never expected. And I feel like Deandra and I, our friendship has grown, and I
definitely this year it has.
This year, and we have a sisterhood that I'm just so proud of, and I love you, and I'm just so grateful for you, your friendship, you are as a person. I feel like I really got to know your heart, and it's such a beautiful thing, and it's been such a gift.
Thank you, Stephanie. I feel the same about you.
Oh, thank you.
Love
now we're going to go
girl.
make out whenever we let you guys go.
And
Thank you
Deandra,
guys
where can we
again.
find you?
Yes.
You can find me at Deandra Simmons on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. DANDRASIMMONS.
Yes.
But my name is spelled D apostrophe, just for those that are interested.
What about
D apostrophe,
your-
capital A and DRA?
What about your podcast Instagram?
I Don't Give a Rip podcast. Also, we have I Don't Give a Rip at gmail.com. So
Fantastic.
if you want to send me a question, that'd be nice.
Yes, yes. And you can follow me at Steph Holman on Instagram, Twitter, as well as our podcast at BS the Podcast. And Trey, where can all these hot guys listening find you so you're not single?
Trey_Stewart. And we will be in Austin and Houston next week, a part of our Weekly Dose of BS podcast tour. We will be in Austin on Wednesday.
I think as of yesterday,
January
we only had
22nd.
30 tickets left.
Yep, and then we'll be in
guys are
Houston
rocking.
It's
on
awesome.
January 23rd. VIP tickets are sold out for Houston, so if you are looking to come, there are a few left in Austin, and then we will be in Chicago on February 6th.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening, supporting, and for the love. As always, we appreciate you. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye.